I saw that in his eyes last year, and I remember having the conversation with Brian as we were kind of going into that week, and that's a big week, and I think it was scheduled when maybe he committed to us, so it was on the radar, and maybe pressed a little bit too much, or just put too much pressure on himself to do it himself. But his progress has been, daily and weekly through fall camp and the season. He'll be ready to play on Saturday. Good for us, but CJ got his opportunity, rose up, and that's your hope as you develop the guys that are behind, and when their opportunity comes, it's their time to shine. That's the one thing in trying to manage the backfield. If there is a lead guy that becomes a lead guy, obviously Elijah had a great game, and those two, Ladarius and Connor, have multiple game experience, and so that benefits us in the long run.
I know that.
So you try to find what fits them, whether it's different situational packages that fit their skill set.
I know that there have been talk when they both got on campus, maybe they end up linebackers, but have you seen enough from them in explosive plays that they've had that, they're offensive weapons for us?
Yeah, they're running backs.
Is there a better atmosphere this week, given that you had the impressive game on Saturday?
Well, there always is when you win, and there's a confidence, I think, that comes from, as players, as offense and defense, I feel your players need to have evidence of that, and so Saturday is very much a positive experience, and it's a reflection of what they've put into it, things that you're hoping would come together, and you really never know until Saturday becomes revealed, and so it's a very good performance by them, and you hope this momentum or just confidence can continue to build and feed off each other. You're measured weekly, so this is the profession you live and you choose, and you literally live and die based on what happens on Saturday. There's some things that could have happened here in, let's say, whatever game, and they don't, well, then your week is sort of ruined, in a sense. You got to be able to respond to it, but it's much easier to come to work and work through that process when you have success on the field. That's the goal.
Sleep a little better Saturday night.
A little bit. Yeah.
Can you kind of explain the evolution from the fullback to the H-back that you guys are using again? You kind of brought it back from a couple of years back.
It is college football. It's even NFL football now. Is there truly just a fullback in the I formation position? You need to find skill sets, I think, that can challenge defense, which is what people are looking for, that 250-pound body that can be lined up in multiple positions, be able to run routes, be able to block in space. And so it's more just the evolution of football, of just sort of creating different things formationally that you truly just don't have fullback right behind the quarterback.
Does it help that you guys have had experience with that in the past with guys like Gleicher maybe did it?
You've always thought the tight end is a hybrid position, probably one of the hardest to play, from a knowledge aspect of run and pass, from a physical aspect of same thing, run and pass game. And so you hope to find those guys. They're hard to find in high school. There's not, usually if a guy's a pretty good athlete and is a tight end, he's split out at receiver but weighs 215, 220, and what can you project him to be a possible tight end in college?
How do you think the tight ends have played through 2 weeks here and offenses?
Very well. So you're looking at the performance of those guys on the edge blocking, playmaking ability with the balls in their hand, and opportunities to catch or in space, different things we're doing off the edge. Good to see Trent Gillison get some reps and start showing up too. He's a guy that'll continue to grow through the process.
Do you feel like the wide receiver blocking was better between week 1 and week 2?
A lot of that is just sort of the structure of what's happened in the last year, and just our opportunity to do that. We knew it was going to be a focal point, so the practice of it, our challenge of blocking our defense out in the perimeter, and it's just another way of how do you get the ball to a person, different. We're trying to get different people. I think we've had maybe 8 guys catch a ball the last 2 games, and so it's just getting the ball in different spots.
Brad, what type of challenge does that veteran secondary corners that Arizona State have present to you?
Very talented. You look at them, and we went against them last year, so you have a feel how they match up to our guys, but I think it's a special secondary. They can run, very good coverage skills, good nose for the ball, good comfort level of what they're trying to accomplish on the back end.
In that 3-3-5, you guys aren't obviously in the first game able to go downfield much because of a lot of the scheme stuff with how many guys they drop. Do you feel like you guys can go downfield against this?
Need to find those opportunities, whether it's formations or one-on-one matchups. They're a little bit different structurally on the back end, but physically, very talented group. That's the challenge.
I was surprised looking back that it had been almost a year since Brian completed a pass over 33 yards, and you're starting to see a lot more of the arm strength, I would imagine, from a couple of years ago, right?
And that's where he's put on strength and weight gain, you know, really through the offseason. Once he got healed up, he got back to where he was.
You guys
Right.
good with Coach? This one?
I was just gonna ask, how has Eli kind of responded to his sort of, moment in the spotlight in the past few days?
He's a very humble kid, so I don't think it's changed him. You know, I think he's probably more excited about playing and the opportunity to play.